Today, we're focusing on fixed interest rate mortgage loans. These loans have an interest rate that stays the same for the entire term of the loan, which means your monthly payments will remain consistent. This stability helps with budgeting since you know exactly what to expect every month. Unlike adjustable rate mortgages, fixed rate loans protect you from rising interest rates over time. This predictability can be especially valuable in a fluctuating market, giving you peace of mind as you plan your finances. A fixed interest rate mortgage is a type of home loan where the interest rate stays the same throughout the entire term of the loan. This means your monthly payments, which include both principal and interest, remain consistent and predictable from the very first payment to the last. This stability can make budgeting easier since you won't have to worry about your payments suddenly increasing if interest rates rise. It's a popular choice for homeowners who value certainty and want to avoid the risk of fluctuating mortgage costs. One of the key features of a fixed-rate mortgage is predictable monthly payments. This means that your principal and interest payment stays the same over the life of the loan. For example, whether it's month 1 or year 30, your payment might be $1,850 every month. This consistency makes budgeting much easier because you know exactly what to expect each month. It also helps you maintain steadier cash flow and minimizes any financial surprises. This predictability allows for better long-term financial planning, giving you peace of mind knowing that your housing costs won't suddenly increase. So, with a fixed-rate mortgage, your payment schedule remains stable from the beginning all the way through to the end of the loan. When you choose a fixed-rate mortgage, you lock in your principal and interest payments, which means they stay the same throughout the life of your loan. This stability makes it much easier to budget and plan your finances because you know exactly what to expect each month. There are no surprises or sudden increases, even if market interest rates rise. This kind of payment certainty provides real peace of mind, allowing you to focus on enjoying your home and making better long-term financial decisions. Ultimately, a fixed interest rate mortgage helps create a foundation of financial stability. Let's talk about the 3 common mortgage loan structures that shape payment risk, flexibility, and long-term cost. First, the fixed-rate mortgage. With this option, your interest rate stays the same for the entire life of the loan. This means your monthly principal and interest payments remain stable, making it ideal for anyone who values predictability and long-term financial planning. It also means low payment shock and high certainty throughout the loan term. Next is the adjustable rate mortgage, which typically starts with a lower initial interest rate. However, after a fixed introductory period, the rate can reset periodically based on market conditions. This means your payments might go up or down over time, offering lower initial costs but more uncertainty down the road. Finally, the interest-only mortgage lets you pay only the interest for an initial period, which results in lower early payments but doesn't reduce the principal during that time. Once the interest-only period ends, your payments will increase significantly as you begin repaying the principal. This option provides greater cash flow flexibility early on, but comes with higher risk later. Each of these options has its unique advantages and risks, so understanding them will help you choose a mortgage that best fits your financial situation and goals. Let's talk about the difference between fixed-rate and adjustable-rate mortgages. Starting with fixed-rate loans, the initial interest rate is usually higher compared to adjustable-rate loans. However, the key advantage is payment predictability. Your monthly payments stay the same throughout the life of the loan. This makes it stable and easier to plan your budget over the long term. On the other hand, adjustable rate mortgages often offer a lower initial rate, which can be attractive at first. But the catch is that these rates can change after a certain reset period, meaning your payments can go up or down. Over the long term, this means the cost of an adjustable rate mortgage may rise if interest rates increase, so there's more uncertainty involved. Choosing between these depends largely on your financial situation and how comfortable you are with potential changes in your monthly payments. When you lock in your interest rate, it means you're protecting yourself from any potential rate increases while your loan is being processed. This rate lock holds the interest rate you were originally quoted for a specific period, typically between 30 and 60 days. This is really important because it shields you from market fluctuations. If rates go up before you close, your rate stays the same, which helps you avoid any unexpected cost increases. Another key benefit is that it allows you to plan your payments more confidently. since your rate is already secured. You won't have to worry about sudden changes throwing off your budget. However, if your closing gets delayed beyond the lock period, you might need to extend the rate lock to keep it valid. In short, locking your rate anchors your loan terms firmly while the necessary paperwork and approval steps take place, reducing surprises and giving you peace of mind throughout the process. This is especially common with fixed interest rate mortgage loans, where maintaining a steady rate is crucial. Let's take a look at some common fixed rate loan terms and how they affect your monthly payments and overall costs. Starting with a 15-year loan term, the monthly payment on a $300,000 loan at a 6.5% fixed rate is estimated to be about $2,613. While this means higher monthly payments, the loan is paid off much faster, which can save you a significant amount of interest over time. Moving to a 20-year term, the monthly payment drops to around $2,238. This option strikes a balance between managing your cash flow and keeping the total interest paid over the life of the loan reasonable. The 30-year loan term is the most common standard choice, with an estimated monthly payment of $1,896. It offers lower monthly payments compared to shorter terms, making it more affordable month to month, but it generally results in paying more interest overall. Lastly, the 40-year loan term has the lowest monthly payment at approximately $1,757. While this eases the monthly financial burden, it typically means you'll pay the highest total interest across the life of the loan. Understanding these differences is crucial to choosing the loan term that best fits your financial goals, whether you prioritize lower payments or paying off your home more quickly. The 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is the most popular choice in the U.S., and for good reason. Its longer term means that monthly payments are lower, which helps make homeownership more affordable for a wide range of borrowers. In fact, about 90% of purchase mortgages offer terms at or near 30 years. This popularity comes down to a straightforward trade-off. You get lower monthly payments, but you'll be paying interest over a longer period. Essentially, it's a balance between manageable payments now and a longer payoff horizon. This option provides stability with a fixed interest rate, giving borrowers predictability in their budgeting. Now let's talk about the 15-year mortgage and the advantages it offers. One key benefit is faster equity buildup. Because you're paying down the principal more quickly, you actually own more of your home sooner. This means with each payment, a larger portion goes toward reducing the loan balance instead of just covering interest. Another important point is that shorter payoff periods lead to lower total interest paid over the life of the loan. This significantly reduces your overall borrowing costs. Additionally, paying off your mortgage faster means your debt declines more quickly, freeing up cash flow for other long-term financial goals, such as investing or saving for retirement. Finally, 15-year loans typically come with fixed interest rates, providing stable and predictable payments, which can make budgeting easier and give peace of mind. Overall, the 15-year mortgage can be a powerful tool for building wealth and reducing debt efficiently. When we compare loan terms, one of the most important factors to consider is how the length of the loan affects the total cost. Stretching your payments over a longer period, like 30 years instead of 15, definitely lowers your monthly bill, which can make it more manageable month to month. However, this convenience comes at a significant price. The lifetime interest you pay can be dramatically higher. For example, on a $300,000 mortgage with the same fixed rate, a 30-year loan could cost you about $315,000 in interest alone, compared to $130,000 on a 15-year loan. That means you end up paying roughly 2.4 times more in interest over the life of the loan with the longer term. So, while shorter terms mean higher monthly payments, they significantly reduce the total interest paid, leading to a much lower overall cost. This is one of the key trade-offs to keep in mind when choosing a fixed interest rate mortgage. Let's look at how different interest rates impact your monthly payment on a $300,000 loan over 30 years, assuming it's a fixed-rate mortgage with principal and interest only. At a 3% interest rate, your monthly payment would be about $1,265, which is the lowest payment scenario here. If the rate increases to 4%, your monthly payment jumps to $1,432, That's an additional $167 each month compared to the 3% rate. Moving up to a 5% interest rate, your payment rises further to $1,610 per month, adding $345 more each month than at 3%. Essentially, every 1% increase in interest adds roughly $170 to $180 extra to your monthly payment. The key takeaway is that even if your loan amount stays the same, higher interest rates significantly increase your monthly payments, which is something to carefully consider when choosing a mortgage. When you have a fixed interest rate mortgage, your monthly payment stays the same throughout the life of the loan, but what that payment covers changes over time. In the early years, most of your monthly payment goes toward the interest. This means a larger portion of your payment is basically paying for the cost of borrowing the money. As a result, only a small part of your payment goes toward reducing the principal balance. As time goes on, this balance shifts. More of your monthly payment starts to go toward paying down the principal, which means you're building equity faster in the later years of the loan. This transition from interest-heavy payments to principal-heavy payments is what helps you gradually build equity in your home over time. So even though your payment amount stays predictable, the way it's applied changes, allowing you to own more and more of your home as the years go by. When interest rates rise, new borrowers end up facing higher monthly payments for the same home price. This is why locking in a mortgage rate early can be so important. It helps protect affordability and keeps your payments predictable. A fixed-rate mortgage shields your monthly payment from any future increases in interest rates. As rates climb, having that payment certainty becomes even more valuable. Essentially, the higher market rates go, the more attractive a fixed mortgage that you've already secured becomes. This is one of the key advantages of choosing a fixed interest rate mortgage in a rising rate environment. Here, we're looking at refinancing as a way to save money on your mortgage. First, consider your original fixed rate mortgage, which may have a higher interest rate, like 6.75%, with many years still left on the loan. In this example, 27 years, and a monthly payment of around $2,270. This means you're locked into a higher cost from earlier market conditions. Now, if market rates improve, refinancing allows you to replace that old loan with a new fixed-rate mortgage at a lower interest rate. For instance, a new rate might be 5.25%, with a new term of 25 years, reducing your monthly payment to about $2,020. This lowers your monthly outlay by approximately $250, providing immediate financial relief. Beyond just lowering monthly payments, a lower interest rate can also help reduce the total interest you pay over the life of the loan. So refinancing is a smart strategy to save money, improve cash flow, and potentially pay off your mortgage more efficiently. When considering refinancing, there are a few key factors to keep in mind. First, closing costs can significantly impact your savings. If the new interest rate is only slightly better than your current one, these fees might erase any financial benefit you were hoping to gain. Next is the break-even period, which is the time it takes for your monthly savings to offset the upfront costs of refinancing. It's important to calculate this carefully to know exactly when you'll start coming out ahead. Finally, refinancing affects your credit because it involves new applications, credit checks, and deeper scrutiny of your debt levels. This process can temporarily impact your credit score, so it's something to be prepared for when deciding whether or not to refinance. Let's explore how fixed-rate mortgages benefit different types of borrowers. First, for first-time homebuyers, having a fixed payment simplifies budgeting and take away the worry of rising interest rates during the early years of owning a home. This stability is crucial when you're just starting out. Next, for long-term investors, a fixed-rate mortgage provides predictable debt service. This consistency helps in forecasting cash flow and calculating returns more accurately over time, which is essential for sound investment decisions. Lastly, for families planning to grow, fixed mortgage costs offer financial predictability. This steadiness makes it easier to accommodate future expenses, such as childcare or education, or increasing household needs without worrying about changing mortgage payments. Overall, fixed-rate mortgages create a solid foundation of financial certainty tailored to different borrower needs. Fixed-rate mortgages are a great option for borrowers who prioritize stability and predictability in their payments. They are especially well suited for budget-focused buyers who want the same principal and interest payment every month, making it easier to manage finances without any surprises. Long-term homeowners also benefit from fixed-rate loans because they plan to stay in their homes long enough to take full advantage of the locked-in interest rate. This means their payments won't increase even if market rates go up over time. For risk-averse borrowers, fixed-rate mortgages offer valuable protection against rising interest rates, providing peace of mind and financial security. First-time buyers often find fixed rates simpler to understand compared to variable rate options, making it easier to plan their budgets with confidence. Overall, if you want fewer surprises and a consistent payment schedule, a fixed-rate mortgage is likely the best fit for you. Let's look at a real-world example to understand fixed interest rate mortgage loans better. Emma and Jordan are buying their first home, and they decide to go with a fixed-rate mortgage. This means their monthly payments will stay the same over time, which helps them manage their budget effectively as they build savings, furnish their new house, and plan ahead for their future. In their case, they take out a loan amount of $350,000 with a fixed interest rate of 4.5%, and the loan term is set for 30 years. Choosing a fixed-rate mortgage gives them the security of predictable payments, so they don't have to worry about interest rate fluctuations affecting their budget down the line. This stability is especially important for first-time homebuyers like Emma and Jordan as they adjust to new financial responsibilities. Here we have the formula used to calculate your monthly mortgage payment. The formula is M equals P multiplied by R times 1 plus R to the power of N, all divided by 1 plus R to the power of N minus 1. Here, M is your monthly payment. P represents the loan principal or the amount you're borrowing. R is the monthly interest rate, and N is the total number of monthly payments you'll make over the life of the loan. To make this clear, let's go through an example. Suppose you have a $300,000 loan with an annual interest rate of 6%, and the term is 30 years. First, we convert the annual rate to a monthly rate by dividing 6% by 12, giving us 0.005. Then, we calculate the total number of monthly payments, which is 30 years times 12 months, equal to 360. Next, we plug these values into the formula. We multiply 300,000 by 0.005 times 1 plus 0.005, raised to the 360th power, and then divide that by 1 plus 0.005 to the power of 360 minus 1. When you work through the math, it results in a monthly payment of approximately $1,799. This figure represents your estimated principal and interest payment each month on a fixed interest rate mortgage loan. Understanding this calculation helps you grasp how your loan terms impact your monthly housing costs. When you make a fixed monthly mortgage payment, that amount doesn't change over time, but how it's divided between interest and principal does shift quite a bit throughout the life of the loan. In the first year, a large portion of your payment goes toward interest, which means only a small share reduces your loan balance. This is why your equity builds slowly at the beginning, and the balance falls gradually. As you move into the midterm stage of the loan, the principal portion of each payment starts to rise, while the interest portion falls because the outstanding balance is getting smaller. At this point, more of your payment reduces what you owe, and your equity begins to build faster. By the final years, most of your payment is applied to the principal, with only a small amount going toward interest. This results in a much faster payoff, and your loan balance drops quickly near the end. So, while your monthly payment stays fixed, early payments are interest-heavy, and later payments become principal-heavy. This amortization process is why borrowers with fixed-rate mortgages gain equity slowly at first, but then more rapidly as the loan matures. Understanding this can help you see how your payments contribute to owning your home over time. Let's clear up some common myths about fixed-rate mortgages. First, many people think fixed rates are always more expensive. In reality, they often provide long-term payment stability, which can be a huge advantage for budgeting and financial planning. Next, some believe that if interest rates drop, you're stuck with your current rate. But that's not true. You can refinance your mortgage to take advantage of lower rates and reduce your payments. Another myth is that 30 years is the only fixed-term option. Actually, fixed-rate mortgages come in different terms like 10, 15, and 20 years, giving you flexibility based on your financial goals. Finally, The idea that fixed means all housing costs stay the same isn't accurate. Only the principal and interest payments stay fixed. Property taxes and insurance can still change over time. Understanding these points can help you make a smarter decision when choosing a mortgage. When you itemize your deductions, mortgage interest can often be tax deductible, which lowers your taxable income and effectively reduces the cost of borrowing. For example, if you paid $12,000 in mortgage interest and you're in the 22% tax bracket, that could translate to about $2,640 in tax savings. It's important to remember, though, that the actual benefits depend on several factors, including your filing status, how the loan is used, any limits set on deductions, and the current tax laws. This deduction is most commonly available on a primary residence when you choose to itemize. While this tax benefit can make your mortgage more affordable after taxes, it should never be the sole reason for selecting a loan. It's just one part of the bigger financial picture, especially with fixed interest rate mortgage loans. When deciding whether to choose a fixed rate mortgage, there are a few important questions to consider. First, are you planning to stay in your home for the long term? Fixed rate loans are ideal for homeowners who intend to keep their property for several years, as they provide stability over time. Next, do you prefer payment certainty over the possibility of rate changes? With a fixed rate mortgage, your interest rate stays the same throughout the loan term, meaning your monthly payments remain consistent regardless of market fluctuations. This makes budgeting much easier. Another key point is whether you can afford a higher initial payment. Fixed rate loans often come with slightly higher initial rates compared to adjustable options, but that higher payment buys you protection and peace of mind over the life of the loan. In summary, a fixed rate mortgage is strongest when it offers you three things: rate protection over time, stable monthly budgeting, and a clear understanding of the trade-offs regarding upfront costs. Keeping these factors in mind will help guide your decision and ensure you choose the mortgage that best fits your financial situation and goals. Here, we're comparing loan offers from 3 different lenders to help you understand the key differences and choose the best option for your needs. Lender A offers a 6.25% interest rate over 30 years, but the closing costs are the highest at $8,200. Over the life of the loan, you'll pay $364,000 in total interest. Lender B has a slightly higher rate at 6.5%, also for 30 years, but with the lowest closing cost of $5,900. However, the total interest paid will be $384,000, which is the highest among the 3. Lender C stands out with the lowest interest rate of 5.75%, but it comes with a shorter 15-year term. The closing costs are moderately priced at $7,100, and the total interest over the loan term is significantly lower at $192,000. So, if you want the lowest rate and shortest term, Lender C is the best choice. If you're looking to minimize upfront fees, Lender B might work for you, but be mindful of the higher interest cost over time. Lender A offers a balance between interest rate and fees, but comes with longer term and higher closing costs. These are all fixed interest rate mortgage loans, so your monthly payments will remain stable over the respective loan terms. Now that we've covered the basics, let's talk about the next steps in your mortgage journey. First, get pre-approved. This step is crucial because it helps you understand exactly how much you can afford before you start shopping for a home. Knowing your budget up front saves you time and sets clear expectations. Second, compare offers from different lenders. Look closely at the interest rates, loan terms, fees, and APR to find the best fit for your financial situation. Third, once you decided on an offer, lock in your rate. This step gives you payment certainty by protecting you from interest rate changes before closing. Finally, you close on your home. This involves finalizing all the necessary documents and, of course, getting the keys to your new place. These steps will guide you smoothly through the mortgage process and help you feel confident every step of the way. Let's review the key takeaways about fixed interest rate mortgage loans. First, with fixed rates, both your principal and interest payments stay consistent throughout the loan term, which means you know exactly what to expect each month. This predictability is a major advantage, as it helps remove surprises from your financial planning. Second, because payments remain stable, it makes budgeting much easier over the long term. You're not dealing with fluctuating monthly costs, which contributes to greater financial stability and peace of mind. Third, the length of your loan term plays a big role in balancing monthly cost and total interest paid. A shorter term means higher monthly payments, but less interest overall, while a longer term lowers your monthly cost, but increases total interest paid. Understanding this trade-off is crucial for making the right decision. Finally, the best mortgage for you depends on your personal goals, timeline, and tolerance for risk. What works well for one person might not be the ideal choice for another. So it's important to find a fit that aligns with your financial situation and plans. These are the essential insights to keep in mind when considering fixed interest rate mortgages.